everything else begins to glitch every time I, use Discord.
What do you mean?
Like, it gets fidgety and frozen.
Yeah, it happens to me too. Real C Deadpool, what's up? Psy? What's with the Psy, Deadpool? He's like first. Dilson, Cool Dude, Fabian, Mark for Death. What's up, guys? So, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Gotians Games, and welcome to our first ever podcast called GamerCast, a Gotians Games podcast. Today we have a special guest, which is Ronnie from News to Astonish. He's going to be joining us here today.
We're cutting it.
Damn it, I am cutting in and out of Discord. You gotta love Discord, guys. Like, you gotta absolutely love it. Which I don't. I absolutely don't love it. Give me a second here. That's like super tiny. Ronnie, you there?
Oh, I can't.
Alright, hold up. You know what? Let me take off the chat here. Can you hear me, Ronnie? Yes? No? Looks like we're having a little bit of a technical difficulty on our first ever podcast. Fantastic. So, let's see if we can get Ronnie back here. Just bear with me, guys. I'm trying to do everything I can to get Ronnie back up and running here. White Spy, what's up, dude?
What's up, guys?
Oh, okay, there he is. Well, let's see. Let's see what else I can do.
Out there.
Yeah, I know.
You're cutting in and out.
Yeah, I know. I'm cutting in and out. I'm trying to get that adjusted. I wish there was like
everything.
I wish there was like a way to reduce the CPU usage on freaking Discord. That would be fantastic if they had that option, but they don't.
Yes. Sucks.
Appearance, maybe appearance, maybe that might be it.
People love joining.
Let me see, compact. Oh, hold up. Ah, there we go. Okay. Hardware acceleration. I think that's what was killing me. Okay, Ronnie, it's gonna close Discord out and relaunch it. So just give me a moment here. Easy Gaming. This is a private Discord. It's actually a direct call between me and Ronnie from News to Astonish. But while I get this back up and running as far as Discord goes, I'd like to thank you guys for joining today on the first ever podcast. And our guest for the evening is News to Astonish, Ronnie, who's actually my cousin. And if you'd like to go check out his channel is in the description down below. It's a channel focused mainly on comic book related material, and yeah, he actually does really good stuff and very high quality content, to be honest with you. In the meantime, while we are getting him set up and ready, I am playing Star Wars Battlefront 2. There was actually a very big update in the game that I'm really excited about. As soon as you log into the game, it asks you, what side do you want to be on? Are you going to be on the rebel side, or are you joining the First Order? which is really cool that they're implementing that in the game. So if you decide that you want to join the Rebel side, they give you Finn as a character. If you decide you want to join the First Order, you get Phasma. I want a Fanta. Phasma. They give you Phasma once you complete the required. I think it's in the career. Yeah, the challenges, the Last Jedi challenges. So once you complete these, it gives you Phasma in order to use her. And then that's for the season. So that once the season ends, it restarts the season, and it's Fanta. So once the season ends, then you're allowed to choose the other side if you want to. So then, like, I chose the First Order. That way I can use Phasma, and then once the season resets, then I'm gonna go ahead and choose the other side so I can use Finn. Now I believe it's in play mode arcade, maybe solo battle scenarios. Dark side. Let me see. Maybe not. Nope, not in here. Ronnie, you good?
Yeah, I hear you, man.
Perfect. Alright, so, ladies and gentlemen, or there's probably mostly gentlemen in here, I introduce you, News to Astonish. Ronnie, take it away.
Hey guys, what's up?
That was a very short-lived take it away. So, Ronnie is, like I mentioned before, he runs the channel News to Astonish, which is a gaming-focused channel. You guys, like I said, can go down in the description below and you can check out his channel. Today we're going to be discussing comic book related stuff, because why not? We have a lot of stuff that's dropping soon. We have a lot of stuff that dropped recently. So like we had Thor Ragnarok, we had the Justice League, we have Star Wars coming up, which Ronnie's not a big Star Wars person, but we have Star Wars coming up. Maybe we'll do that at a different podcast. We also have Black Panther coming up in February, and then in May we have Infinity War. So a lot of exciting stuff coming up, and we're going to be discussing a whole bunch of it. Maybe the TV shows as well, because I haven't really seen a lot of people talking about The Punisher. And then, there's also the DC shows that we have as well that are going on their mid-season finales as of this week, which I still have not seen the mid-season finale of Supergirl or The Flash.
I just guess.
What's that? Ronnie, you there? Am I losing you again?
Yeah, I'm here. Good. Just letting you know, you're cutting off a little bit there.
I am. See that's the lovely Discord, just like not reacting well to my computer.
A little bit.
Oh, fantastic! It's even killing my game.
Yeah. It might be your game.
No, I'm saying it's killing my game too.
Oh, okay.
Let me see what I can do here.
Alright.
You know what? I'm gonna have to turn off everything else.
Go on ahead, man.
You guys know the trouble that I've had with my computer recently, so this is just stemming off of the trouble that's been my computer. Okay, so Ronnie, can you hear me well at all? Maybe.
Yep.
Yes. No? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you well.
Okay. Let me go ahead and minimize that. All right. So just to start things off with the introduction of Ronnie, I would like to actually ask you a couple questions, Ronnie. First of all,
Yeah, go on ahead.
why did you start YouTube?
What's that again? Didn't
What
catch that.
what made you decide to start YouTube?
Oh no, the question didn't come through, man.
Put me on YouTube and listen. I was asking, what is it that made you decide that you wanted to start YouTubing?
Not coming. Still not coming through, my man.
Hold on. Like it keeps going in and out.
Yeah, it doesn't finish, and I don't hear the question.
Can you hear me now? I need to get on Verizon for my Discord.
Yeah, man, I can hear you right now.
Okay, why did you start YouTube? Go.
Alright, so I decided to start YouTube because, you know, besides the obvious fact that, like, a lot of the people that I love, like, you know, love following on YouTube do it, you know, my favorite YouTubers are on YouTube, obviously, including Emergency Awesome. He's, like, one of my favorites of all time. And I kind of figured, you know what, I got something that I can contribute. I mean, I like comics, so why not share it with the rest of the world and trying to build a community?
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Why specifically comics? I mean, it could have been so many other things, because I mean, you know music stuff as well, so like, why comics?
Well, I mean, it's true, yeah. I actually was, believe it or not, debating to do a music channel, but you know, right now at this time, it's the perfect time to be a comic fan, and if not, like a person that just talks about comic book related stuff, because it's all over the media, and it's consistently getting updated every single week or so, if not every day. We're always hearing news about the latest comic book movies that are coming out, comic books, comic book toys, final figures, everything comic book related is just in, and it's really it can prove to be a very lucrative business if, you know, if I find success doing this.
Right, and you know, like, so how long have you been doing it so far? I mean, you've been doing it longer than I have, for sure. So how long have you been at it so far?
It's been, let's see, a year, a month, and 5 days.
Oh wow, so you've actually counted down the times like to the T. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Well, like, you know, I started October 1st in 2016. That's when I decided to be more consistent and more serious about the whole YouTube thing, because every now and then, if you look at my very, very old videos, I've had YouTube since 2009, like an account since 2009, but never uploaded consistently, and I never had a theme to my channel. And I decided, you know what, I got to turn into something so that way people can enjoy and just come and watch my videos.
Okay, and so I don't know if you're allowed to talk about this or not, but I'm gonna ask you anyways. Comic Island, are you still doing stuff with them?
I am. I'm still doing stuff with them. I'm actually currently working on another project right now. I submitted a script to them, and it was like the longest I've ever written one. But now I got to do some retouches, you know, like touch-ups on the script, because I got the feedback back, and then I got to work on the video afterwards. Okay.
By the way, guys, can you hear myself? The game I'm not so concerned about. If you can hear the game, cool. If not, it really doesn't matter. The more important thing is hearing me and Ronnie at this point. Okay, so
hey, Master Galen joined.
Hey, what's up, Master Galen? Well, yeah, there's a lot of people. It's Terrell, TGA Gaming, Miguel Becerra, S2000 Life. I haven't seen you in a while. Real C, Jake, Sick, White Spy, Easy Gaming, Death Gun. So yeah, Axe Rose, what's up? Techstar, Fabian, Baking Gamer, Mark for Death, Dilson. I think I got everybody there. Okay, so you are still doing stuff with Comics Island, and
yeah, how in contact.
How often? Like, are they planning to implement you more into their channel, or is it just like once a month type of deal right now? Again, if you can't tell me, that's fine.
Yeah, sure, I'll tell you. I mean, for now, it's a kind of like an internship kind of thing, kind of like testing the waters. And then sooner or after, you know, when, you know, they get used to me and uploading and submitting some stuff for them to look at, they'll give me that trust into like uploading whatever content I want, as long as it's comic book related.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. So I'm kind of curious, and I know, like, or is it only comic books?
it seems like they're mostly strictly comic books. I've actually managed to watch a lot of their videos, and it's really focused on comic books. It's really comic book like heavy. Um, like I haven't really seen any, them touch upon any comic book films, to my surprise. But it's not as broad, but they do get the views when they talk about their comic books.
Okay, I mean, the only thing for me is like when I see stuff like that is, you know, the biggest thing I think of is, okay, well, your comic books is fine, because hell, I used to read comic books a lot, but what it really comes down to, the way that I see it, is like right now people mostly care about the TV shows, the movies. I mean, that's where everything's at the moment.
Right, and I mean, with that comes also, you know, focus on actual comic books, because the movies are actually, believe it or not, are ranking up, like, they're really racking up the prices on classic comic books, like, for example, Infinity War. I'm about to buy my second collective set of Infinity War, the actual original prints.
Dude, are you really?
Yeah, I already have 2 of them.
But so when you say the original print, the original run, or is it like the original print but the second run?
No, the original print, 1990.
Ooh, nice.
I have Infinity Gauntlet on my bookshelf behind me.
Oh, okay, cool. Drunken Solitaire, what's up, man? PNR, what's up? RetroCAD. Gotians, you're still doing the SSR thing with animated muscle. What do you mean the SSR thing? What SSR thing? I have no idea what you're talking about. So okay, so let's go on to the next topic here. Let's talk DC. Okay.
All right.
DC Comics. So, what did you think of Justice League? And be honest. Like, now that you watched the movie, you did your review on it. Now that you've actually had a little bit more time to sit down and probably, I'm sure you actually like analyzed the movie a little bit more. What do you think of DC Comics or the other movie?
Actually.
Did you really?
Yeah, I gave it a second look. Yeah. So about what I thought. Yes, I did my review and I talked about it and I gave my grading and stuff like that. And I did get a chance to watch it the second time, and I decided, you know, I wanted to analyze it. You know, I went in as an analytical perspective, and you know, I gotta say my overall thought, in like in one sentence, I gotta say that this movie is stupid fun and it's simplified. You know, it does divide comic book fans and just the casual moviegoers that just want to have a good time and watch a movie that's fun. It's not a perfect movie. It is a little choppy, and due to the fact that WB mandated like the movie to be at least under 2 hours, it kind of ruined it. And you can tell that there were edits here and there that were made in post, and you know, especially with the whole mustache situation with Henry Cavill, that was like really messed up. But
yeah,
the movie overall is fun and it's brighter, and DC has a lot to learn still, but they have taken notes from like the criticism from like the previous DCEU films like Man of Steel and Batman vs Superman.
Oh, I got you.
Overall, it's an enjoyable movie. It's not perfect, but it is enjoyable, and it is slight. It's a slight improvement.
Okay. I have a quick question here from Jake. Do you think Batman is good or bad with sidekicks because 2 left and 1 died? Although technically, Jason Todd didn't die, but that's, you know, another story, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to count that, yeah, he dies and then comes back. You know, I've always been iffy with the whole thing about having an adult bring a minor to fight crime with them. That in itself is a very bad influence.
But, you know what? You're the first person I ever heard that actually said that. It's very irresponsible for him to bring a minor to fight crime. That's actually really funny.
He's already breaking a law right there. He's endangering a minor. I mean, that's a pretty bad influence, and that's not a good thing, Batman. But like, he's not perfect either. I mean, that's kind of like one of the aspects that can make Batman sort of an anti-hero in a way. But I think Batman is okay with his sidekicks, as he does bear responsibility for them, and he does look out.
Well, I mean, let's be honest though. Even though the whole thing with Jason Todd happened, he was very, very torn up about it.
Jason Todd?
No. Well, the whole thing with Jason Todd, Batman was very torn up about that.
Yeah. I mean, he was very distraught. You know.
Hold on. Drunken Solitaire says DC just needs to write something over a longer period of time and only race themselves, not Marvel. That is entirely true. Which I did.
People that don't know the history of like any of the DC comics or didn't read the comics, they might enjoy it at best. But there are, harsh criticisms, and my criticism towards the movie is that it is choppy, it is like a little messy. It is an improvement in tone and everything, but that in itself does not vindicate it being a better film. There's still improvements to go, and just like what's his name said, Drunken Solitaire said, they do need to take their time in writing something over a longer period of time, kind of like what Marvel did over the past 10 years, and we're already up to this point.
Yeah, and I mean, okay, so here's my issue with the Justice League movie. It was entertaining. I mean, I didn't absolutely hate it, but I didn't think it was a great movie. Where the hell am I getting shot from?
Right.
And the reason why I say that, like, and when you look at it as a whole, because you can't just look at Justice League, you got to look at it from Man of Steel all the way to Justice League. They kind of dug themselves into a hole that is very hard to get out of. And they just made it progressively worse. Like, they wanted to do a dark Man of Steel, which was not a good idea. Even though the movie's not... Okay, I don't like the Man of Steel movie, but it's not terrible. It has some good things to it, but the whole dark thing of it just... I don't understand why they did that. And then you have...
Batmanized it.
Yeah, but I mean, that's Batman. It's supposed to be dark. It's Batman. Like...
Exactly.
Come on.
Batman's hopeful and Batman's dark.
Yeah. So, you look at it that way. Man of Steel started off dark. Okay, fine. And then you got Batman v Superman, which just was an absolute train wreck. And it just, like, they tried to make it even darker there, and they brought in Doomsday, and then they kill Superman. Like, come on, man. There's just, like, too much in the second movie. So they dig themselves in the actual literal hole because Superman is now buried. And so now they got to come back from that. Okay, fine. How are you going to do that? You're going to do it with the return of Superman, which they tease at the end of Batman v Superman. But then, hold on a second, because at the end when they tease the resurrection of Superman, they show his grave and the floating rocks. So what the hell ever happened to that going into Justice League? Like,
right, exactly. Which is a continuity error.
Right, you completely threw out that whole thing right there. So okay, all right, so you're gonna throw that out. Okay, fine. You're showing us these trailers. The trailers look cool. You show us a black suit Superman in the trailers. You're showing all these different scenes. And then hold up, you go and watch the movie.
Which brings me to that point.
There's no black suit Superman.
To the point of the edits. Exactly. Henry Cavill, if you remember, tweeted something with like a picture, like of a portion of his black suit, like an up-close shot of it, and you can tell. And that brings me back to the point that you can tell where the edits are, and you can tell what's missing in the film.
Yeah, and it's really poor editing. It's like, I understand why they had to do it, okay? Because Zack Snyder had a family emergency; he couldn't complete the movie. I understand that, okay? But when you actually think about it, he actually did complete the movie. He did.
Yeah.
They brought in
the mandate from WB.
Yeah, and it was a very bad mandate, a very poor choice to actually bring in Josh Whedon to come and do the reshoots that were not really necessary. Like, if you're building a Zack Snyder universe, then tell Zack Snyder's story, tell his vision. He's not a bad storyteller. He's very good with visuals. He's very good in what he does. But you got to let him do what he does best. That's the biggest issue that I have with Justice League. They didn't allow Zack Snyder to do what he needed to do. And I think if they release the Zack Snyder edition, I think that would be a better movie. Because if you remember, when Batman v Superman came out, it was trashed by critics, trashed by fans. It dropped down. Yeah, it made money opening weekend, but then it lost 90% of its profit, or its business in the second weekend. That was one of the biggest drops in money that a movie has ever seen. And then when the extended edition came out, or the ultimate edition, whatever the hell they called it, people praised that edition. They said it was the superior edition because everything that they cut out of Batman v Superman was very important to the actual story. So
right, it was rated R.
Right, it was very close to being rated R. And so that leads me to believe that, you know, all that is Zack Snyder stuff, and they continuously like get on top of him to change things that he doesn't need to change. Like, come on. Like, they could make a good movie if they just let him do what he needs to do. And you can tell, like, the whole thing. Okay, so you got the war with Steppenwolf, where you see the Amazonians, you see the Atlanteans, you see a couple Green Lanterns. So that right there was a fantastic scene. I mean, I don't know if you agree with that or not.
Yeah. Yeah,
okay.
I actually like that scene.
So here's the biggest problem with that. You show the Green Lantern dying. You show the ring leaving him. Why didn't we have a Green Lantern in the movie? That would have been perfect, that the ring leaves and then we see the ring come and land either Hal Jordan or John Stewart, whoever you want to use. That would have been perfect.
Well, I mean, that's not the right alien, though, if it goes to Hal Jordan.
I know. It has to go to the predecessor first and then go to Hal Jordan or John Stewart, or however they want to do it.
Remember how Hal Jordan received the ring came from Abin Sur.
Right, and I understand that, but I mean, for storytelling purposes and to keep it condensed, if they wanted to skip that, they could have. And yeah, it would have upset the diehard fans, but it would have been easy storytelling because they show the ring shooting off.
Oh yeah.
You know,
for the sake of the cinematic universe. But
right.
Hold on a second. The thing that would throw that off is that war didn't take place in modern times. So how?
I understand that. I mean, they could have said that maybe it just like floated in space until the ring found someone worthy enough to use it. That would have been a very easy solution or explanation, in my opinion.
All right, maybe.
You know, kind of like
to make it simple.
Yeah, kind of like Thor's hammer. Like only the worthy can use it. You know, so like the ring chooses who it's gonna use or who's gonna use it. I mean, that's usually how it works. So why not just have easy storytelling in that aspect? That's just one of my biggest gripes. I mean, there's other things too,
exactly.
But I mean, we can focus.
Well, we have a question from Jake Alpha, the Wolf Gamer.
Okay, what's up, Jake? Do you think DC makes good animated movies or series? Oh yeah, dude, Okay, the thing that DC does the best is making the movies and the television, or not movies, the animated movies and the television shows. I don't know anybody who could disagree with me on that. I mean, Ronnie?
I agree with that. Yeah, I have more memories of watching DC animated movies and TV shows, especially the Justice League animated series.
Oh my God, yes, yes,
loved it.
Justice League Unlimited, Teen Titans, the original one.
Yeah, the only good memories of Marvel animated shows that I have is from Spider-Man in the 1990s, the animated series.
Yes, and the
X-Men.
And the X-Men, the 90s X-Men.
The rest haven't. Yeah, exactly. Other than that, the rest haven't been all that great. Maybe subpar at best. I don't know how this generation judges it, but Spectacular Spider-Man was like the last greatest Marvel animated movie show.
Well, I don't know if you watched.
Nothing else came close.
I don't know if you watched X-Men Evolution. That was actually pretty good too.
I did. I actually liked it. I did on WB.
Yeah, and then
awesome.
Exodia is saying Young Justice.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Young Justice yet. Shame on me. I need to.
Me either, actually.
So yeah, I mean, like I said, we could do a whole conversation about what's bad about DC and what they need to do to fix it, versus what's good. So I want to know.
TV shows are killing it on the CW.
Oh my God, yeah, they are. I want to know what you think they did well in Justice League, because everybody always focuses on the negative. What do you think they did well in Justice League?
I think they did well with the whole idea of a group of people, you know, with the chemistry between all the superheroes. I think they did that really well. As far as how they appear, like, you know, we didn't get much screen time with Cyborg because he was like the MacGuffin of the entire film, and the Flash was just rather introduced, well, really fast, no pun intended. And you know, but the whole camaraderie and the whole idea of these people working together was done really well. As far as their introductions wise, it could have been improved, and that's mostly due to the part that, you know, the fact that this movie is kind of short. But everything else is pretty good. The comedy was pretty good, especially from the Flash.
Yeah, but you didn't feel like the comedy was misplaced a lot of times? Like
At
a little.
sometimes, yes, it was.
Like
And
a little awkward.
especially from Bruce Wayne. Yeah, especially from Bruce Wayne. Like, he didn't have to have any comedy lines here and there.
Yeah, they tried to make Bruce too lighthearted. I don't know, it was weird. But again, let's not focus on the bad.
Yeah.
Let's try to
Yeah,
focus on the good.
Only the good. Just the chemistry between them all was pretty good, and I can say a lot of bad things, especially Aquaman, is, you know, because he is such a dude in this movie. I didn't like that, but whatever.
You know what though,
Just the
like
chemistry overall was fun.
You know what though, thinking about Aquaman for a little bit, like I actually did like some of the stuff they did with him. Like for example, the underwater, like how he swims and stuff. Like they don't show him swimming. Basically, he flies underwater, which is actually really cool.
Yeah, kind of like a jet or torpedo.
Yeah, I mean, I wish that they focused a little bit more on Aquaman, to give us that, you know, a more of a sense on what he can do, because like the final battle didn't take place anywhere near water, so it's like, why do you have Aquaman? There's no water.
I see. Yeah, I would have loved to see him summon creatures of the deep.
Yeah, like freaking have him throw a shark at Steppenwolf.
I would have loved to see. I would have loved to see Aquaman riding like a megalodon and like freaking devour Steppenwolf and like spit him out or something.
That would have been cool. Like, or just have him like summon a whole bunch of, like, if you're gonna have comedy stuff in it, like have him summon a bunch of piranhas and just like have the piranhas munching on Steppenwolf and annoying him. That would have been funny.
He mentioned that to the Flash.
He did.
Like, I'll have you meet every piranha you ever met. I'm like, yeah, that's what's missing. You've been able to control the waters, but I haven't seen you summon any creatures of the deep yet, like he does.
I know.
Like he summoned like the Kraken, the monsters of the deep, and he hasn't done that yet. I would love to see him ride the back of a creature.
That would have been funny, man. That would have been so funny. I swear. Just like,
yeah.
I mean, I just imagine like Steppenwolf like, what the hell is this? There's a whole bunch of piranhas munching on him. He's just getting annoyed, and it would just been funny, like good comedy.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, okay. So Jake is asking if you played Batman's Telltale series. Ronnie has played it. You want to talk a little bit about that? Also, Drunken Solitaire has been playing it, by the way. So we got two people in here who've been playing Batman Telltale. So go ahead and talk about it, because I've never played it.
Well, I'm on the second part, The Enemy Within, and I just finished episode 2, but I still need to play the other 3, because I did get the DLC pack and the extended season pass. I just haven't played the other 3 yet, so don't spoil anything else from there, but I have played it, and I have played the first season, so I'm on the second season, second episode. And
so how many seasons are they planning to release?
Really I think it's like 5 episodes per season.
Oh, okay, okay.
Planning to release.
Okay, so like a normal Telltale game.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, is it more like storytelling, like The Walking Dead Telltale, or is there like a little bit more action or like detective work involved?
There is action. There is a lot of detective work, but it's like, you know, kind of like Walking Dead. You know, just walking around a little bit and then pressing an answer for, like, you know, before the time comes out.
Right.
And then making call, like, and you make a decision which will impact you in the story.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, you know,
yeah.
Telltale. I'm even playing Guardians of the Galaxy as well.
So how do you compare Guardians of the Galaxy to the Batman then?
Oh, totally two different type of games. Like, same concept. With the
but like, which one do you prefer?
Guardians, and a lot better. But like, whole comedy writing kind of goes, but
actual like detective stuff in there. I mean, I think that's something that Batman games absolutely need to have, and like the Arkham games did that very well. They kept the detective stuff in those games, which was fantastic. I love those games. You know, so like as long as it has detective stuff in it, then it's a good Batman game. Like if it's just freaking beat 'em up, nah, dude, doesn't work for me.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I want to say thanks to Deadpool for using my link to my channel to have people sub to me. Also, one important thing, I just want to make an announcement. I'm doing like the biggest giveaway ever for Avengers Infinity War. So I need you to comment on my video so I can pick like at least my favorite comment and subscriber. So for the winner, like I'm doing a very, very big, like it's a high dollar value giveaway.
Nice, but you're not saying what it is yet, are you?
I will mention one, like I'll give a hint. Like does include a $20 Fandango gift card, so you can buy your ticket to go see Infinity War, and I'm also including a classic original prints of Infinity War along with some other things.
Nice. So that's actually like a really good giveaway.
No, there's more though. Like, but I'm not telling you what the rest is, and it also includes more comics and other stuff in it.
Oh, that's crazy. All right, so Master Galen asking if we've seen the Runaways yet. Before we go into that, because we're gonna have a section on just Marvel. Right now, we're still on DC talk. Ronnie, what's your favorite DC character?
Yeah. DC character in the whole DC universe?
Yes.
You know, I used to be a big Batman guy.
I know, and I joke about that.
Since I was a kid.
I joke about that, because you're always like, or when you were little, you used to just love Batman, and then I'm like, oh yeah, and then you grew up. So, what's your favorite DC character now?
It's funny, yeah, because it was always Batman because of, like his wits and like he's very savvy and smart and everything. But right now, the Flash tops it. Now the Flash is my favorite DC character.
Yeah, see, the Flash is my favorite DC character too, and there's a reason for it. Like, you look at all the DC characters, the only character, as far as like the main Justice League, that's really relatable is the Flash. Like, he's the only one that still struggles with being the Flash and being Barry Allen. That, when I say the Flash, I'm talking about Barry Allen, because I mean, there's so many Flashes. Like,
he's essentially Batman in a red costume. His parents were killed as well.
Yeah, but he handled it different, which is what makes him,
exactly.
more relatable for me. Like, he didn't
the polar opposite of Batman.
Yeah, he didn't become like a brooding. Oh, I'm gonna go into a cave and make bat stuff. No, he actually he's a genius level. He genius level intellect, just like Batman. Especially because his nerve receptors fire off so damn fast. And like, he's still a very light-hearted person. And when I say he's relatable, like, he's relatable because he's not afraid of falling in love. He struggles just like Peter Parker struggles being Spider-Man and Peter Parker. He struggles being Barry Allen and the Flash, which I think is very important to have in a superhero. He doesn't feel godlike like the other characters do, and that's kind of a weird thing to say when you think about Batman, because like, he's a human. So like, why would you think Batman like godlike? Well, the reason why I think Batman godlike, I mean, he's freaking rich, and like, you can't relate to Batman at all. Yeah, that's his superpower. You can't relate to him.
Yeah.
So like, Batman's cool as shit. Don't get me wrong. He's not relatable. And I think that's why like, people tend to go towards the Flash, and that's why he's my favorite character too. So hell yeah, I'll take that.
The Flash all the way.
So let's go into the two biggest things we have coming up: Black Panther and Infinity War. But before we actually go into Black Panther and Infinity War, let's talk Thor Ragnarok a little bit. Because Thor Ragnarok is still fresh in everybody's mind. You saw it twice? I wish I could have seen that twice. That movie was fantastic.
Yeah, man. Loved it.
It's my second favorite Marvel movie. I don't know how you feel, but my favorite is Civil War.
I've yet to actually put it in order as far as what my favorite movies are, because they keep shifting every time a new one comes out. It just tops the other. And
yeah, right.
Other. But Thor Ragnarok is up there in the top 5, and Civil War is up there as well.
Yeah, so, I mean, Ragnarok did so many things right, and the biggest thing that they did right was actually letting Chris Hemsworth and Mark Ruffalo be Chris Hemsworth and Mark Ruffalo. Like they let them be who they
Yeah.
are, and that made the movie so much fun. Like, dude, I couldn't get over that movie.
Yeah, it was awesome. I was astonished, pun intended.
Oh, of course you did that. Of course.
Yeah, I had to. I saw an opportunity and I took it.
So the only problem that I have with Thor Ragnarok is the Grandmaster. They didn't really go too much into detail on who he really is, because he's one of the elders of the universe. So they didn't really go into that, and I'm kind of curious to why they did that. Like, do
So
you
which
have
character?
any Grandmaster?
Oh yeah, Grandmaster. Yeah, yeah, of course. He has a very complex. Also, I mean, you get to, like, if you read comics like, Thanos' Quest, you do get to explore him because he is one of the elders of the universe, and he's also one of the many beings that Thanos comes across in his journey in collecting the Infinity Gems, as what they're called in the comics.
Right.
But he's a game. What they did get right about the character is that he is a character of like games and tricks, and he's always like that about the challenge. He's like that, so he'll play a game with you to get to, like, have you work for what you want. That's how he is, and he is a tad goofy, but not as goofy as as he was in the film.
Oh, but that's just
And
Jeff
pretty much
Goldblum.
it.
That's Jeff Goldblum
Yeah,
being Jeff Goldblum.
That's Jeff Goldblum.
But I mean,
But,
I loved him as the
don't know.
Grandmaster. I thought it was perfect.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, he was really good. I think that one of the main reasons why I didn't get to go in his background is because, like, one, the Grandmaster is not really as popular as, like, let's say Thor, Spider-Man, Iron Man, and stuff like that. And two, it kind of would probably segue away from, like, the main plot of the film. We want to follow the characters, Thor and Banner and Hulk and stuff, but we don't want to really explore and dive too much into the Grandmaster, and perhaps we'll see more of his story follow through in, like, the Infinity War films and stuff like that, because if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if they're gonna do this in the films, but the Grandmaster is one of the many owners of an Infinity Stone, so I don't know how they're gonna handle that in the movie. I know the character has one.
In the comics he is, but they didn't give any notion in Ragnarok that he is.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, the only thing I could think of, or the only reason why I could think that they would not really go too much into his backstory, is to kind of keep it grounded and to humanize him more, because, like I said, he's one of the elders of the universe, so he's actually a very, very powerful character. But they just wanted to kind of ground his character down a little bit, because if you think about it, if they would have focused more on him, like you said, they would have taken away from the other characters, especially a character like Hela, who was awesome. She freaking stole the movie. Freaking Kate Blanchett.
Yeah, she was a badass. Total bad bitch.
Like, oh my god, give Kate Blanchett a freaking Oscar for that performance of Hela.
Performance was amazing. The only one thing I didn't like, and it would have been more effective if it was revealed that Hela was the daughter of Loki.
But I think they wanted to keep it where they obviously they mixed her character in with different characters. She was a mix of Hela, of Death, and I think there was Thor's sister, who is really not Hela in the comics. So they kind of mixed it up a little bit. But I think that was just, again, to keep it more grounded.
Right, exactly.
Because, like, if they would have made it like, oh, she's really Loki's, what you said, Loki's daughter, you said? I don't know, that would have been too weird.
She's Loki's daughter.
That would have been too weird, in my opinion. Like, it made more sense.
Awesome.
Yeah, but honestly it made more sense having her be Odin's daughter. Like, it added more family drama to it, and it just made for better storytelling. So I don't have a problem with them doing that.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's cool. Yeah. I mean, I guess that's the comic book fandom geek in me that's, coming out and saying those things.
No,
but
yeah.
I still enjoyed the movie overall.
Yeah, I understand that completely. Why you would kind of geek out a little bit if she was Loki's daughter, but it would be too much. Like, they had to go way back in the story and, like, explain the relationship that she had with Odin, how she was supposed to be queen. So it did make for a really good storytelling you know, to have Odin seal her away, and in actuality kind of mirror the Loki story, because Loki, like, now that you see like the relationship that Odin had with Hela, and you go back and you look at the relationship with Loki and Odin, it kind of makes you wonder, was Odin trying to make up for the failure that he saw in Hela, and maybe the mistake that he feels like he made in sealing her away, because Loki is a Bifrost, or
he's one of the Frost Giants. He's a
Frost Giants. Yeah, so he's one of the Frost Giants. So it's like, okay, so Odin feels bad about what he did to Hela, so he's not going to do the same thing and make the same mistake now with Loki. To me, that's good storytelling, and you know, that's why I feel like it would be a good idea to do it like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind those tiny changes. Just overall, it made sense for what it was for, you know.
Yeah, Deadpool Bifrost. Yeah, I got it confused for a second. I was thinking the bridge at the same time.
The Bifrost is the bridge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exodia. Wait, so she's Loki's daughter and Thor's sister? How is that possible? No, in the comics, she's not Thor's sister. In the comics, Thor's sister is somebody else.
Thor's sister is Aldrich.
Yeah, they took the characters. They took the character of Death. They took the character of Thor's sister, which I forgot her name. You just said it. I just didn't pay attention.
Aldrich.
Okay, so they took those two characters, and they took the character of Hela and merged them all together into one character, which is fine,
right?
Because then you don't need to explain 3 different characters. You can just explain one and be done with it. So
exactly. It's to simplify, and it does divide the comic audience, like the ones that really read the comics, and it does divide the ones that are just casual moviegoers. But overall, it gives a movie that's like, you know, a fun time.
Yeah, it's a cohesive awesome. It's a cohesive movie with very good storytelling, and that's something that Kevin Feige does very well.
Exactly.
I mean, you can say that it might divide the comic community, but it really doesn't divide them that much, because Hela's character actually does justice to all 3 of those characters very well. So,
yeah. And to answer Exodia, the Forbidden One's question, he says he's confused now because she's deaf. Well, yes, in this part, and for the sake of the cinematic universe, I'll break it down for you like this. She is going to be portraying and taking on the role of Death, because as far as we know, Death is most likely a Fox property, and she's going to be most likely, you know, the love interest of Thanos, because Thanos courts Death in the comics, and Thanos wipes out half of the universe's existence in the comics for the love of Death, literally, just for that. So she might play a significant role in future Avengers Infinity War films.
Actually, Death is a Marvel Studios property.
Right, but then they're not going to use that character, apparently.
No, they're not.
I think Hela...
Yeah,
Hela's taking that part of Death.
Yeah, Hela is taking that part. And you can hear it many times when she says, "I am Death." Again, it's to humanize her, because Death is Death. She's the freaking Grim Reaper. Like, that's what she is. But Hela is, like I said, again, more humanized character. So that's something that Marvel Studios does very well, is they make these characters human. Because Thor is a god. I mean, let's be honest. Thor wouldn't be as interesting if he was a god all the time. So you're gonna power him down. You're gonna make him more human, and you're gonna make his character more human. That makes it better. It makes for a better story. That's, again, the problem that DC has compared to Marvel. And that's not just the movies. That's in the comics too. So you look at the comics, the DC characters are gods. I mean, freaking Injustice is called the Gods Among Us. I mean,
yeah, they're practically gods.
Yeah, they're pretty much gods. And the Marvel universe, yes, Marvel has gods in it, but for the most part, Marvel does a very good job at showing the human side of everybody, where DC only does it for a certain amount of characters. And that's what makes better movies, and that's something that DC, for example, needs to improve on big time, and maybe take those kind of notes from Marvel, not just be like, oh, we got all these super powered #1 heavy hitters, because everybody knows Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and the Flash, so we got a movie there because we can just put them all together and people will pay to see that. Well, no, not really. Marvel took Guardians of the Galaxy and turned them into a huge moneymaker. Like freaking
Yeah,
Guardians.
Cow, man.
Like nobody knew who Guardians was until that movie came out.
Who can say? Yeah, who can say that like people knew who Guardians of the Galaxy was before it came out?
Yeah, nobody, man. Nobody. Even Iron Man. Okay, so Iron Man, yeah, people knew who Iron Man was, but back then, before the Iron Man movie actually came out, Iron Man really wasn't a character that people actually really cared about. And
yeah, B-level hero at best.
yeah, he was. Even though he was not a B-level hero, he was a A-listed hero, but people only knew him associated with the Avengers, and that was it. Nobody really cared about his comic book. You wouldn't see them making an animated show about Iron Man. They might have Iron Man show up in other shows, but never on his own. So, the Iron Man movie comes out, attach Robert Downey Jr., write a fantastic script for it, boom! They got money. Now Robert Downey Jr. is playing the role for 10 years, and he's not stopping anytime soon. So, you know...
Exactly.
You know, they took a whole bunch of characters just like that, and they made them who they are now, and the properties that they are now. And Disney's having a big ass time, swimming in the money because of it. While WB Studios is like, what the hell, man? We can't even break our budget on opening weekend.
Right, exactly. And I mean, this is why WB needs to get it on the ball and not try to get involved, because now you got big time people like Jeff Johns, who's like a main writer and and producer and everything in the DC universe, and he's getting involved with future DC movies coming up.
Yeah, but here's the biggest, and I mean the really, really biggest issue with DC that they need to fix. Okay. They don't have someone like Kevin Feige, who oversees everything and who is a really big comic book nerd himself, that Disney trusts enough to let him do whatever he wants to do. WB doesn't have somebody like that, because WB
exactly. They need a professional like that.
Right, WB is just WB. They're like, okay, we're going to point you for this movie, you're for this movie, you're for this movie, and after you're done, we tell you what to change anyways. So it's like, damn, dude. Like, you make them...
I know, exactly.
You make them shoot all these scenes, and then you tell them to scrap it all because they don't want that. They want to put some other stuff so they can sell toys and memorabilia. So put this freaking...
so much hard work into this.
Yeah! So put this freaking spider-looking Batmobile in there in the Justice League movie because that'll sell toys. Like, come...
No, it's so stupid. Like, they're not seeing the big picture, which
right.
is, like, literally the big picture is the movie. And they don't have an overseer like Kevin Feige.
Right.
Who knows what he's doing and who's a professional and who has history in comics.
Right. So, like, and I didn't mean to go back into DC, but it's hard to talk about Marvel without comparing to DC. So,
yeah.
You have, like, Wonder Woman, which you think, okay, you see Wonder Woman, and you think, okay, DC's finally made a good movie. Oh, I can't wait to Justice League. And then Justice League comes out, and it's like, okay, it was okay.
It was better than Batman vs Superman.
It was,
a
but
little bit better, a little.
You know what it is though. It's like so you got the Wonder Woman movie. People were so excited about it, and everyone got so hyped up, and then Justice League was just a letdown. And I think that was.
To be honest with you.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's just that honestly, even before Justice League and before Wonder Woman, I was actually not hyped for Justice League.
No, I wasn't either. But I think Wonder Woman hyped it up more, and it got people a little bit more excited for it because of how well it did.
Got them hopeful.
Right, it got them hopeful because Gal Gadot is fantastic. Dude, she's an awesome actress. If you haven't seen her in other movies like Fast and Furious, she's freaking awesome. And she was, even in Fast and Furious, she was one of the best characters in the Fast and Furious franchise. So that goes to show you like how much star power Gal Gadot has nowadays, and she did just that. She brought life to the character of Wonder Woman, and she couldn't save Justice League. I'm sorry, she couldn't.
Yeah, she was fun and everything, but she couldn't save it. Yeah.
Right, and again, that has to do like Ragnarok, that are in the that are in the whole cinematic universe, but can also stand alone as its own movie.
Yeah. Definitely.
Drunken Solitaire says they should have released Aquaman 2 before Justice League. Just DC chasing Marvel for no reason. I agree with that. Oh my God, do I agree with that? I would have actually, if they had released a Aquaman movie prior to Justice League, I probably would have been more interested in Aquaman. And they finished. See, that's the weird thing is like they finished filming the Aquaman movie. They just pushed it off till after Justice League. So I don't get it, man. I don't get it at all.
I would have loved to see Aquaman before Justice League.
They burned Jason Momoa before they needed to with the Justice League release. Yes, they did, and I think that's going to impact on Aquaman because pre-screenings of Aquaman, people actually said it was a very good movie. They said it was Wonder Woman level. So, hell, man, if it's that good of a movie, they pretty much just shot themselves in the foot because of Justice League, where now people don't like Aquaman. That's how I feel about it, anyways.
That's actually the truth. Yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth for like the way he's portrayed in the film. I mean, I know it's mostly the writing, but the whole bad and and that kind of thing kind of threw me off.
Although seeing Cyborg at the end just scream out "Booyah!"
Booyah!
Oh, dude, the little kid in me.
I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh, that's it. He said it. That's his catchphrase.
The kid in me just freaked out.
That was awesome, man. I was like, oh wow, he actually said his catchphrase.
I think that was one of the best scenes of Justice League. Just because of the nostalgia. Although, actually, no, I scratched that. The best scene of Justice League was when they were fighting Superman, and Flash is running super fast around Superman, and he just looks at him. And you see this oh shit face on the Flash. Yes, oh, that was the best scene.
And Superman's just looking at him like in the great slowly, and he's like. He's swinging at him. He's almost catching him like every time.
Yeah, that was the best scene. And people complained about it because they're like, well, hold on, Flash is faster than Superman. Yes, he is, but you have to remember that this is a young Flash. He's not like super powerful like he is when he's adult Barry Allen. So he's still learning everything. So he's not gonna be as fast as Superman yet. Or maybe he'll be as fast, but he's not gonna be faster.
In the Justice League film, he does have like white lightning streaks rather than the yellow ones.
Yeah, they're not gonna explain that. You know very well they're not gonna explain that.
I know.
It's a shame. It's a shame, but they're not gonna. Even in the Flash movie, they're not gonna explain that. Come on, this is DC we're talking about. Unless they like magically get like, unless they decide to hire all of Marvel's best writers. I mean, I don't know what to say on that.
Nah, just keep them like right where they are.
Although Flashpoint, if they want to fix the DC universe, Flashpoint's a good time to do it. So there's still hope.
Actually, move on to New 52 Batmans and like New 52 comics actually.
Right.
Like they're drawing a lot of inspiration from New 52.
Right. Well, I mean, the TV show is as well. We never really talked about TV shows too much, but the TV shows are drawing it as well.
Movies, like a lot of the stuff drew inspiration from like even the Justice League animated series. There's a few moments in the movie that reminded me of the actual animated series.
Yeah. I mean, so as far as the New 52 goes, I mean that's one of the reasons why they included Cyborg in the Justice League, because Cyborg wasn't in the Justice League until the New 52.
Exactly, it's like a retcon.
Yeah, so I mean, which is fine. I mean, they want to do that. That is perfectly acceptable. But like I said, Flashpoint's a good time for them to reevaluate the entire DC property. Can't wait for CW to do the race around the world, dude. Yeah, CW.
Superman and the Flash.
Well, it would be Supergirl and the Flash, but I mean, they have Superman in there. They just can't use him as much because of Warner Brothers. They have to get, every time they want to use Superman, they have to get Warner Brothers permission to use him. By the way, there are not really rumors so much, because Tom Welling's actually come out and said that he wants to come onto the Supergirl show. He didn't at first because he wanted to stay away from the Superman property for a little bit. But now he wants to come back, and they could bring him back because they do the whole multiverse thing, and he could be the Superman of another universe. They've already said that Chloe from Smallville is in the Supergirl universe. So that's actually really cool about that.
Yeah. I mean, that could be interesting. I would like to see Superman in another universe.
Yeah, I mean, freaking Tom Welling playing an older Superman from another universe, or not really another universe, another Earth. That would be awesome. So you would have Smallville as one of the Earths, just like Supergirl is Earth 2, and then you have Earth X 4-episode crossover they just did, which was awesome. I love that. That was amazing. They did such a good job with that. I don't know if you saw it yet.
The what? The 2-night crossover with 2 episodes. 2 shows per night. Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, dude, they did so good with that.
Stuff?
Yeah, that was definitely much better than the Dominators 4-night crossover they did. The aliens versus superheroes thing.
Yeah, this was better.
Oh, this was 100 times better. Better writing, better storytelling, better use of the characters.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the only thing that, and I mean, it bothered me a little bit was like they killed one of the characters. I'm not gonna say who it is because I don't want to spoil it for anybody. But they killed one of the characters at the end, and I
a little bit.
Yeah, I got so upset because I'm like, oh man, I really like that character. So they killed the character, which added more for drama. But yeah, overall, it was very good. Like, why can't the movies grab the writers from the TV shows and write a good movie using the TV show character or writers? I mean, come on, man.
Well, I'd be like, yo, can we borrow you guys for a second?
Seriously, you get to you pay them a little bit less, and then if the movie does well, so like you write it in their contract. No, but hear me out, because like the TV writers get paid, get paid less than the movie writers do. So, but hear me out though, like you pay them a little bit less, right, in their contract, but in the contract you also state that if the movie does well, you get bonus. So they pay them bonus pay on top of that. So for every dollar, they'll get a certain amount, a certain percentage. That's what they do with the actors. So they could do that with the writers too. I think that would be fantastic if they did something like that. But let's go back to Marvel.
Real quick, speaking of Marvel, since we're going back to it, like Jake, the Alpha Wolf Gamer, he's been asking this question for a bit. Do you think Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe deserves a movie or at least a game? You know what? Deadpool Kills the Universe, Marvel Universe would be a great parody film. Like him and like intersecting between like the MCU and stuff like that, and just being an asshole.
I think if they did that, it would have to be a dream. Like he would wake up at the end of the movie and be like, "What the fuck?"
A dream.
It would have to be a dream.
Yeah, it's probably a dream, but like a big old middle finger, because that's so Deadpool, like a big old middle finger to everybody.
Yeah, because then he'd wake up.
Audience. That's really Deadpool.
He'd wake up, he'd look at the camera and be like, "You really thought this was really happening, didn't you?" That would be awesome. I would love that. I would pay money to see that 3 times.
Dude, I crack up at the same time and go like, "Oh man, what an ass." I'd pay money to see that.
Yeah, Drunk Assaulter said bonus pay is standard with writers. Yeah, I know that for sure, man.
Well,
It is. They get bonus pay.
Yeah,
but
it is.
what I'm saying is.
By the way, the whole.
No, go on.
No, the whole idea of Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe is not too far. Or the whole Disney and Fox thing, because Disney is actually they're back on the table, and by next week we're getting a decision.
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay.
Did you know that?
I did know that. Here's my thing.
They made him a new offer.
Yeah, I know. Because Disney, hell yeah, they want those properties. I mean, imagine having the X-Men fight the Avengers. Come on. How much money would you pay to see that?
We should get an Avengers versus the X-Men.
How much money would you pay to see that? And then like have
everything Marvel. Everything Marvel. Take my goddamn money.
And then on top of that,
the screen.
On top of that, you could have like a real Civil War now because you have the X-Men properties. Now.
Oh yeah.
Now
don't. Fantastic Four.
Yeah, don't call it Civil War because you already did that, but then you could actually have, since now we have Spider-Man and all of them, you could have a real Civil War with Spider-Man flip-flopping back and forth because of the Mutant Registration Act. Come on.
It'd probably be called Civil War 2.
No, they wouldn't do that. Disney's smarter than that. Because let's face it, the Civil War 2 comics weren't that great. They had...
Run is good, but I do have them.
Yeah, they had a lot of the same stuff as the first Civil War comics. It was almost like a rehash of it, and that's why I didn't like it.
Yeah, it's like a revisit. I know. It's like whatever. But I have the original prints and I'm happy.
Ah,
I don't care.
Drunken Soldier is like, I would pay the price of admission and buy popcorn. Yeah, right, because popcorn costs just as much as the damn ticket does.
Oh man, big boy with his big boy pants and his buying his big old big popcorn and his big soda. Well, you know what? I raise you one soda.
Master Galen wants to know what you think of Inhumans.
It sucked.
Damn, that's harsh. That's really harsh.
Next topic.
Didn't you go see it in the movie theaters?
No, I didn't. Screw that shit.
I thought you did. I thought you went because you were telling me, "Oh, I'm gonna go see it in IMAX."
No, I actually just watched it on ABC.
Okay, well, yeah, it got canceled before the season was over. That was bad.
Dude, I didn't make it to episode 4.
Really?
The acting is atrocious. I wasn't convinced.
That's a shame. That is. I mean,
yeah,
again,
it's really bad.
That's them trying to make a property that nobody cares about into something important. And I think
I'm sorry, but it's done. They're gonna cross over to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and that show's kicking ass, dude.
Yeah, they're going into space now. I don't know.
They're in space.
I have to watch them. I haven't watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I hear a lot of good things about it. I just haven't watched it. Too many shows to watch. Not enough time.
Dude, it's in season 5 for a reason. And also, we had Ghost Rider the past season, which was the one that stole the show.
Yeah, I mean, again, like
Ghost Rider.
I know. I haven't seen it, so I can't really say. But, you know, like you said, it's in season 5 for a reason. That is 100% a true statement.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just, like I said, too many shows. Speaking of shows, Punisher. Okay, I haven't seen.
I haven't done my review yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen a review from you. I haven't seen anything from Emergency Awesome. I heard Kevin Smith talking about it a little bit, but nobody's really actually gone into talking about the Punisher. Why? Like, it's okay.
That's really strange. Actually, I would think I would see one too. Actually, now that
I'm gonna be honest for you guys. Anyone who hasn't seen the Punisher, it's not an easy show to watch. Okay, it's very depressing. But they hold on. This guy right here. Look at okay, sorry. There was this guy jumping in a circle, and there's a thing in this game where people will tie a rubber band onto it just to get points and just like be in the game so they don't AFK out. Anyways, sorry, random comment there. So it's a hard show to watch because it's a very kind of real show. They talk about very real aspects, as you know, in regards to veterans. Like what happens after the war, PTSD, and a lot of stuff like that. They did talk about it a little bit.
They do that really well, actually.
Yeah, they talked about it a little bit in Daredevil 2 with PTSD, but they never really got too far into it because they wanted to save it for this show. And you know, PTSD is a very real thing that soldiers have when they come back from war. They did modernize Punisher a little bit. Instead of being a Vietnam vet, he's a Iraqi vet.
Afghanistan.
Yeah, Afghanistan vet. I'm sorry.
He's still a Marine, like he always was.
Yeah. So everything else was the same. His family dying and all that stuff. People thought they were retconning his family's death because of the scenes that were being showed in the trailer. But those are actual, they're dream sequences, and that goes to tie into his PTSD. The first 3 episodes are very hard to watch. Like you must see his you must see his family die at least 3 times in each episode. It's really rough. And I'm not talking about like the action sequences with the Punisher, because we saw that in Daredevil 2 or season 2. It's just like the context of everything. It's a very real, very hard context to understand and watch. But with that being said, very good show. Like very well done. I don't think I have any real complaints about it. Except for maybe like I would like to have seen a little bit more of Jigsaw's like evil side throughout the entirety of the thing.
No, I like it. I actually like the way they plotted him. I mean, no spoilers, guys, but like the way they set him up is really good. I was hoping it was gonna happen. I was like, oh man, here we are in this episode, and it hasn't happened yet. But if you guys are comic book fans, if you know what I'm talking about when I say Jigsaw, then you would know. But I'm not gonna say what.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so I guess it was pretty much like the pacing, and you know, I did see one thing that Emergency Awesome had said, and he said that the Punisher story could have been told in like 8 to 9 episodes instead of 13. I kind of agree.
I think it was a little too long because there were moments where it dragged.
Yeah, there were a couple moments that were kind of like unnecessary that they could have cut out. You know, but overall, it was a very good show. Probably my second favorite Netflix show. My first being season 1 of Daredevil. I absolutely love season 1 of Daredevil.
Yeah, I have an actual rating now.
Oh, do you?
Netflix shows in an order.
Do it.
Yeah. All right. First one, Daredevil season 1. Second, fifth, Luke Cage, and that's about it.
What about Defenders?
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me do that again. Daredevil season 1, The Punisher, Daredevil season 2, The Defenders, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and that's it.
So Iron Fist is last. That's what you're saying.
Wait, what are you talking about?
What do you mean? What am I talking about?
I don't know what you're talking
about. Well, so
I speak about this.
I think honestly I think Punisher is better than season 2 of Daredevil. Because of the choreography. The choreography really, I didn't like the choreography in Daredevil season 2. It was kind of.
Let me tell you though, like it was very convincing when people got shot and stabbed in the Punisher. Like it was really. I'm like, how?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the Punisher had awesome choreography. They did very, very well with everything, you know, for the special effects and all that stuff. But the choreography, you know, when I'm talking about, like, you look at it, look at the fight scene in the prison with the Punisher. You can see the choreography mistakes big time there, and that really, like, that does it for me. Like, makes or breaks it, like where it stands in my list. But it's still like Daredevil season 2 is like number 3, so it's not even like I'm not saying that it destroys the show, because the Punisher the Punisher stole the show in Daredevil season 2, and that's really the only reason why it's rated so high.
We could have gotten a lot less of the whole storyline with Elektra Nachios.
Yeah, I didn't like.
Made Daredevil season 2 better.
I didn't like having so much of her in Daredevil season 2. I loved her in Defenders though. Absolutely.
Yeah, she was more of a MacGuffin kind of plot tool, but they used her well.
Yeah, she was fantastic in Defenders. But you know, hey, it is what it is. Iron Fist wasn't a thing. I like that.
That's actually pretty good. I like that one.
I love Punisher. John Bernthal is a god, dude. That man can act. He does method acting. So when he's the Punisher, he's Frank Castle all the time.
I love his screams. He's like,
yeah, just
awesome.
Just like when he was Shane in Walking Dead, he was Shane all the time because he's a method actor. That's what they do. Is like they go into the character.
His head a lot in the show.
Yeah, they go into the character and they don't leave the character until they're done. So, you know, he even said it. There was an interview with him, and he even said it. He became a Marine vet. Like that's who he was. He became recluse. He was actually staying away from his family. Like he was actually acting out, like being that person who suffers from PTSD. And that
makes it better.
Yeah, dude, that is so amazing. Micro's character, I loved the interaction with Micro and Frank. That they had such good chemistry. And like the scenes together, like having Micro in the chair sitting naked, that was just like, that was funny as hell.
That was hilarious.
What's PTSD? Post-traumatic stress disorder. That's something that a lot of Marines have. People who have gone through very traumatic traumatic instances in their life tend to have that. So, women who've been raped.
It's highly prevalent in soldiers.
Yeah, it's highly prevalent in soldiers, but women who've been raped when they were little.
That's an example right there.
Children who've been beaten as kids, or when they grow up, they have PTSD, and it's a very real thing. And a lot of times they have to take medication for it, or else they can't really be integrated into society well. So that's
side effects may include outbreaks, outlashes, just screaming at people, being reclusive.
Yeah,
those kinds of things.
Yeah, and then they can't sleep, so it makes it worse. So a lot of the medications that they take,
nightmares. They get the hot sweats.
Yeah, a lot of medications they take are kind of weird, because you'll take a depressant and an antidepressant. The depressant to help you to sleep, and an antidepressant to help you function throughout the day. So it puts you on a very kind of on a yo-yo boomerang kind of thing, and it really sucks. So yeah, it's a real thing. It's really tough to deal with, especially for a family dealing with it. But anyways, going back to the Punisher, where do you think they're gonna go next? Like I've heard rumors he's born story that they're doing.
Devil Reborn. That would be great. I would have loved to see them tackle the whole Man Without Fear. But like they did just fine. But like if they do Daredevil Reborn, Rebirth or Reborn, I believe it's called. If I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember what it's called. Born Again, yes. Born Again, yes.
I remember. If they tackle that, and I hope they do it justice. I'd be fine with that.
I'm pretty sure they will do it justice. They have very good writers attached to the Netflix series. So
they a lot of the stuff is actually, believe it or not, a lot of the stuff that you see in Daredevil season 1 and 2 is inspired from the Frank Miller comics. I actually tweeted out to Vincent D'Onofrio, the actor who plays Kingpin in the series.
Who's coming back in season 3, by the way.
Yes, he is. And I asked him a question, and Vincent told me that, yes, this is inspired from the Frank Miller comics. A lot of the Man Without Fear and Frank Miller comic books.
Nice.
And it was awesome to hear from him. Anyways, he actually responded to my tweet.
That's cool, man. That is really cool. Yeah. So
hang on.
Yeah. What's up?
Hang on 1 second, man. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Be right back. Okay.
All right. So while Ronnie is waiting, this is a good time to ask you guys, just continue to put in your questions, that way we can answer them as we go through the night. I think we got a little bit of time left. We got about 15-20 minutes left for the night. So I'm having a good time doing this. My first podcast. Hopefully I can get other YouTubers in here doing these with me. Drunken Solitaire, I'm looking at you. So, if you are a YouTuber and you'd like to be able to have conversations with us or with me on my weekly podcast, let me know, that we can set it up. I don't know how many people we got in here. We got 7 people in here right now. We had more people earlier, so I guess people are hopping out little by little, which is fine. It's not for everybody, but so every week we're gonna be doing this. It's gonna be different topics on the stream. So today's a comic book talk. Next week, welcome back. So next week could be video games, fighting games, whatever. But yeah, we're gonna be doing this every week. So something to look forward to, guys. Something different. So anyways, what we were saying, Daredevil season 3.
Yeah. They already, let me show the little teaser. But this was earlier this year or last year. But yeah, Daredevil season 3, and they already finished filming Jessica Jones season 2 and Iron Fist 2. They already started casting people for Iron Fist season 2. And Luke Cage, they already started production, I believe, on season 2.
Now, there were talks about them doing a Heroes for Hire. Are they just going to implement that into Iron Fist season 2?
I think they might implement the Iron Fist character, himself, into Luke Cage season 2 and have some Heroes for Hire episodes throughout the whole season.
Oh, you think they're going to do it in Luke Cage?
Left a sour. Oh yeah, I think they will, and also vice versa on Iron Fist, because Iron Fist got kind of a sour taste in people, and like they need to like throw the character around. It's like, hey, don't forget, like, you know, he's a Marvel character, and you know he could be really cool sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I think I actually have high hopes for season 2. I think they're gonna do a much better job than they did in season 1. Only because he's established now.
If you think about it.
What's that?
Season 1 was really rushed in production.
It was.
Everything.
It was. It had a lot of issues getting it to be made, actually. So,
Dude, yeah, they had like 6 to 8 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, to do the whole thing.
Yeah. So, I think that season 2, since Iron Fist is already an established character, we don't have to go through his origin story so much. We can actually see him become the full Iron Fist by the end of season 2. So I think that that by the time that happens, you know, people will be more accepting of the character.
Right, exactly.
Because like Luke Cage did a good job making me care about Luke Cage character. I really enjoy that show, especially the second half of it. The first half kind of dragged a little bit, but it picked up a lot in the second half. And same thing, Jessica Jones. Jessica Jones got dark fast. I was like, holy crap, what the hell is this? We're locking people up and we're torturing them.
Yeah, exactly. One of the most memorable moments in that show was when Kilgrave like had his dad's limbs chopped up and he's like laying on the floor in the pool of his own blood with his arms cut off.
Yeah, not to say it was a happy show or anything, but it got like super dark really fast. So I was like, holy crap, what the hell is going on here in Jessica Jones?
Yeah, and like I was surprised with the whole sex scene thing.
Yeah,
I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, but I mean that's her character though. But like I remember I was watching Jessica Jones and then the sex scene came on and Maria woke up and she's like, "What are you watching?" I'm like, "This is Jessica Jones." I'm not watching anything. I swear, this is just Jessica Jones.
Yeah, like Marvel's Jessica Jones. Yeah, I'm like, well, they do. I mean, if you ever read the Alias comics, which is Jessica Jones's comic book. Like now they have a Jessica Jones comic, but her comic series was titled Alias, and
yeah,
like, there was a lot of like heavy, hardcore stuff, including like throwing F-bombs and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I know. I mean that's her character. So yeah.
Yeah, that's just how she is.
Yeah, I'm fully aware of that. That was just like funny. It was like I was embarrassed, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm not doing anything bad.
This is important. This is a superhero show.
I
guess.
They destroyed the bed. Yeah, they did. Jake's got a question. Is TMNT considered a DC brand?
Published by DC property, but it's not DC property. It's just published by them.
Yeah, it's a Dark Horse comic, isn't it?
No, not really. I mean, because you can say the same thing about Star Wars, and that's Marvel.
Oh, okay. Because so Dark Horse can go either Marvel or DC. Oh no, they're not Dark Horse. I'm sorry. They're Image. They're Image Comics. No, the Image Comics. Yeah.
But Star Wars publishes Marvel publishes Star Wars comics, and TMNT is DC when they do Batman TMNT crossovers.
Yeah.
You can consider them, I guess, property of theirs, but.
Well, I mean, in a sense, because Disney pretty much owns everything Marvel now, and then for TMNT, I mean. Well, no, because TMNT goes pretty much everywhere. So it's like it's on Nickelodeon now, and that's actually a good show.
They got published. Yeah. I don't like the movies. I only like the early ones.
Yeah, the early movies were good. Except part 3.
Cowabunga!
We're not going to talk about part 3.
Except part 3.
But
which one?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Secret of the Ooze will always forever be my favorite Ninja Turtles movie. I mean, I love the original one, how dark it was, but just like Secret of the Ooze, just like there was something about it, just I really enjoyed it. Maybe it was the vanilla ice scene. Maybe that's what it was.
That was just. I'm sorry, dude. That was a very stupid scene.
I know.
I'm like, why?
I'm making a joke.
Okay, never mind.
Ninja.
I mean,
Ninja. Rap.
it's not as
ninja,
bad as that.
Ninja.
Poison, it's not, dude. Like him being able to come up with a freaking rap song on the fly like that. Oh, okay. Oh, we got 4 turtles that just came in here. Let me just go ahead and whip out a song in a second. I'll just whip out a nice musical number for you guys. Hang on, Ninja rap.
Well, I mean it was because of they did it because of the kids and all that, but
I know. So
and Vanilla Ice's popularity back then.
Right, exactly. I mean, the whole sillier tone and corny ass tone was like really bad, like in those days, and it's so dated. Like you watch it now, it's like completely dated.
Yeah, it's actually really hard to watch nowadays.
Like you can tell it's a '90s movie.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's at least it's not as bad as that Poison Ivy scene in Batman and Robin.
Jake is saying no Spawn in DC Injustice 2. What do you mean? Oh, he's not in Injustice 2, is he? Ronnie?
Spawn can appear as a character, but I have not gotten the DLC. Spawn is not a DC character, by the way. He's Image Comics.
Right.
Yeah, he's Todd McFarlane's. It's Todd McFarlane's comic book lineup. He released Spawn in 1992, 93.
Yeah, I haven't seen much of Spawn lately.
By the way. I do have Spawn number 1 through 6, like the originals.
Do you think they should make a new Spawn movie, or just like leave it?
There's been nothing but talk so far in the past few years. There's a Spawn movie apparently in the works, a reboot.
Is it as much talks as a new Blade movie that that they're thinking about bringing Wesley Snipes back for that?
Maybe. I think. I mean, I would love to see Blade in the MCU, but I don't know about Wesley Snipes.
You don't think Wesley Snipes could do it anymore?
I mean, the guy looks the same. He can
I know.
still do it.
It's like he doesn't age. Okay,
He's
so
like Will Smith, I swear. He's been
dude, I was gonna say that.
50 years.
I was gonna say that. Here's a good question. I mean, this is a question on my end. With the whole talks about Disney buying the Fox properties, if they do you think Hugh Jackman would ever come back to play Wolverine, or would they like just recast it?
I think he probably will, because Hugh Jackman did express interest if the MCU had rights to the Fox to the X-Men characters.
Okay.
But he'd probably come back. The X-Men is in a different universe, where like the events of the Fox movies took place in an entirely different universe. Maybe.
Yeah, it would have to be like an alternate.
If we want to get creative.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I mean,
are you freaking? Hold on, I'm. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Hold on a second. I'm freaking out right now.
What? What?
I'm sorry, dude. I'm going on a tangent right now.
What'd you do?
Like, no, look, guys, everybody, check this out. Everybody in the comments that's listening right now. Ryan Reynolds is going to star in the Detective Pikachu Pokemon movie, live action.
What?
Ryan in the Pikachu Pokemon movie, the live action Detective Pikachu. I am putting this in my News to Astonish segment today.
That's weird. I don't know how I feel about
that. I need to read this. Why would he do this?
Because he's Ryan Reynolds and can do whatever the hell he wants. Somebody
I had no idea Ryan Reynolds had like some sort of affinity for Pokemon.
Somebody asked Ryan Reynolds in an interview, "Why did you do the Deadpool movie?" And he's like, "Cause I like money." I mean, that's such a Ryan Reynolds answer.
Wait, what did he say? I mean, what did you?
Somebody asked him, "Oh, why did you do the Deadpool movie?" And he's like, "Cause I like money."
Oh, okay. I mean, I thought he loved it. That's probably very sarcastic.
Yeah, he was being sarcastic. That's what I was saying. It's like a very Ryan Reynolds answer. I mean, he loves the character of Deadpool.
It sounds like a Deadpool answer too.
It does. But I mean, that's the beauty of Deadpool, is that Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool. Like, you can't. It's hard to distinguish between the two.
I mean, like even Deadpool in the comics even mentions like what he looked like before.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds crossed with a Sharpay.
Ryan Reynolds crossed with a Sharpay? Is that what he said?
Yeah, yeah. In the comics, it's actually written. I have that comic. He says, "Oh yeah, before all this, I used to like Ryan Reynolds crossed with a Sharpay."
That's funny.
Yeah, it's like it's really bad. And there's also a comic where like he gets rid of like his deformity and he reverts back to his normal himself. He looks like Ryan Reynolds.
Huh.
So, yeah, it's funny.
So, how do you think they're gonna handle the whole Deadpool thing if Fox were to merge with Disney? Like, are they gonna leave it as his own thing, or?
Well, seeing that Kevin Feige's actually a fan of the Deadpool movie, he's gonna leave it alone and let Deadpool be like its own thing, because like the tone of it and everything and how it is, it really does feel very separate, regardless if it's a Marvel character. But he doesn't really have plans for Deadpool to cross over. I mean, if he were, there might be some tweaks and changes just for the sake of the cinematic universe and for the tone of it. But when Deadpool has his own movies, he'll revert back to like his gruesome, cruel ways. That's how I think he probably handle it.
That's not a bad way to handle it. Like keep the toilet humor kind of toned down a little bit because the movies are PG-13.
Yeah. Yeah, and then when he goes back to his own movie, let him be however the hell he wants.
Do you think that we would see Tom Holland in a Peter Parker Deadpool movie? Or is he kind of too young for that?
I think so. Maybe like another 2 more movies in, we might see that crossover. That's a possibility.
I think that would be a lot of fun.
Because Tom Holland's interested, like Tom Holland expressed interest, I think, doing that.
Yeah, I think that'd be a lot of fun though.
I'm thinking about Venom movie, which is something else I also wanted to talk about.
Oh yeah, what's going on with that? Like, I haven't heard too much about it lately.
Well, filming's already been like they're already doing filming and production stuff, and like the character of Venom is going to be done in mocap, which I think is a good idea.
Yeah, better than just like CGIing the character the entire time, so he doesn't feel out of place in the movie.
Exactly. So they're going to do mocap. They're going to mocap the character, which is a fantastic idea.
Now, didn't you say that Carnage is the villain?
Yeah, Carnage is the villain.
Who's playing Carnage?
They haven't announced the cast.
Of course they haven't.
Yeah.
I still don't know how I feel about that.
Monster.
I still think it's too early to have Carnage in any sort of movie.
I think Carnage should be saved for like another film, like a secondary offspring, like went wrong kind of thing. Venom's the first offspring of Spider-Man.
I still feel like Venom in a movie is too early.
Right. Well, for me, here's how I can see it. Because, you know, for the MCU, we're getting movies that take place in the cosmics and stuff like that in the future. Like after Phase 3 and Phase 4, we're getting those kinds of movies. They're going to be branching off into the cosmics and different corners of the universe. I think when Spider-Man does another one of those collaborative movies where, like, he joins the other Avengers, they should lead into a secret war, which would be the next phase's war film. And then he gets his black suit there, and then he comes back in one of his sequels.
Yeah, but then how does that work? Because the Venom movie is going to be released next year, right?
Right, but apparently it's not linked to the MCU.
Oh, okay. Like, I guess.
Yeah, it's its own thing.
So, like, an alternate universe. I mean, that's the only thing I could see if it's an alternate universe.
Yeah, but like Sony made the complete hasty decision in making Venom, Black Cat, and Silver Sable like getting their own movies. I'm like, why? So Sony, I swear to God, Jesus Christ, Sony. The only thing they're really good at is like their gaming division.
I was gonna say their game division is awesome. Their movies have been kind of subpar. They canceled.
I mean, we got the like for God's sakes, we got the Emoji Movie. What the hell was that garbage? Why?
Well, I mean, they also canceled the freaking Men in Black Jump Street crossover they were gonna do.
Crossover?
I was excited about that. I was so excited about that.
I was actually curious. I was curious to how that was gonna pan out.
That would have been a good movie, and they canceled it. Whatever, man.
Yeah.
What movie would you like to see and or rebirth of any superhero movie, how do you think it would be? I'm not sure I understand that question. As far as like a rebirth movie goes,
maybe like movies that didn't do well in the past, like superhero movies, like in the past. Like I think I would love to see Howard the Duck.
Really?
A better version of Howard the Duck?
I don't know if I want to see Howard the Duck movie. I don't think I'd pay money to go see that. Maybe a show.
Maybe a show, a comedy.
Yeah, maybe a comedy show, but not. I wouldn't pay money to go see a Howard the Duck movie. Maybe like Fantastic Four done right. You know,
yeah.
I'd be okay with that. Seeing another Fantastic Four movie.
Four.
But you know, like a good Fantastic Four movie.
Oh yeah, definitely. That needs to get done. Oh, okay. Real quick reminder, everybody. Just for you guys that are on the stream right now, I think there's like 7 of you right now watching. If you haven't done so already, please come on my channel, subscribe, comment on my videos. You know, and because I'm trying to select a winner for my big giveaway that I'm doing around a month before May for the Infinity War film. Like, chances are high if you subscribe and comment on my videos.
Fantastic Four Netflix series. No, I don't think they warrant a Netflix series. I just want to see, honestly, I just want to see Reed Richards come into the MCU. To have that.
Oh yeah.
To have that Reed Richards.
Doctor Strange and Tony Stark.
Yeah, the Reed Richards, Doctor Strange, Tony Stark, Bruce Banner, Peter Parker combo. Oh my God, that's what I want. I want a team of them. Give me that.
If we get Reed Richards and Professor Xavier from the X-Men, we would get a Marvel's Illuminati movie.
Yes. Yes.
If we get, you know, Xavier, Richards, Doctor Strange, Iron Man, and we also need Namor.
Hold on, Iron Man's not part of the Illuminati. Not the original one.
No, not the original one. Excuse me. It's Xavier. Namor, the Submariner. I think the Beast is one of them. No, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't remember Beast being part of it.
Somebody else. I can't remember.
But either way,
I have the actual Illuminati comic right with me.
Either way, Illuminati would still be a good property to have. There's a lot of stuff they could do with that, because I mean they basically oversee the multiverse, right? So or something like that. They get involved whenever they need to.
Yeah,
that's pretty much Doctor Strange's character, though, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Although I do like how they're handling Doctor Strange. Like I enjoyed the movie. I don't think it was like one of the best Marvel movies, but the way they're handling his character, especially seeing him in Thor Ragnarok, I think was really good.
Yeah, I love that appearance, and from now on, we're going to be getting that in every Marvel film. A superhero making an appearance or a guest appearance, just like in the comics. They make guest appearances to help out their friends and stuff.
Yeah, and you know, again, I don't have a problem with guest appearances in movies because that's how comic books are. It's like you get the crossovers all the freaking time. One thing I do want to see.
Exactly. Oh,
go on.
I have to remember now. The Illuminati does consist of Doctor Strange, Xavier, Black Bolt from the Inhumans, Namor the Submariner, Mr. Fantastic, and Iron Man.
He was okay.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be great for him to be a character in the movie. We get to see more of Iron Man.
One thing that I would love to see if that Fox merger happens, I need to see it for my comic book nerd in me. I need to see Wolverine versus the Hulk. You have to give it to us.
I mean, that's that. Now, if Universal gets their shit together and stop being a bunch of punks and let Marvel make a Hulk movie, because Universal still owns the Hulk character, that would be a great way to introduce Wolverine, because Wolverine's first appearance in a comic was in the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, it was. Although, like, one of the reasons why they're not doing a Hulk movie is because the previous Hulk movies didn't do so well. Even though I really enjoyed the Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton, they're still saying like the movies didn't do as well. So that's
the weakest movie, but it did fine. Like, it did fine. Like, I enjoyed that movie. It did well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
the weakest one.
I really enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it more than the freaking 2003 Hulk movie. That was just
Oh yeah.
why?
That movie does not exist.
Yeah, yeah, that was definitely a why, a very big why.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, why did he get bigger and taller when that mattered? That's just not how it works.
Yeah, but you know, there's a lot of things they could do, and a lot of things I would love to see. That, you know, Hulk versus Wolverine would be one of them, and they're saying that the whole thing with the Hulk, like him being in Ragnarok, him being in the Avengers movie, because apparently he's gonna have a big role in Infinity War. They're
He has a Silver Surfer role.
yeah, they're putting it out to be like those are Hulk movies, so it's kind of like you put them together and it's a Hulk trilogy right there.
Exactly. He has like the role of the Silver Surfer in the Infinity War movie.
Yeah, which I don't have a problem with that, because that's actually a really important role, and they kind of need to have that. You know, like
Read, Thanos.
if you read what?
Like, I'm sorry. If you read Infinity Gauntlet, the story opens up with Silver Surfer crashing into Doctor Strange's sanctorum.
Yeah.
And that's how Bruce Banner crashes.
You almost said Bruce Wayne.
Silver Surfer's role. Yeah. I'm sorry. Bruce Banner. Yeah. Not Bruce Wayne. Oh, look, it's Doctor Strange. It's Batman.
But you know, it's also like one of those things where it's damn, I lost my train of thought. Oh, in Civil War, Black Widow, she played Spider-Man's role in the Civil War movie. It's like Black Widow. She was playing both sides.
Oh yeah.
So like she played Captain America's side, and then she played Iron Man's side. Because that's why, like, with the thing at the end,
right.
when they were fighting in the airport, she's like, oh, I told you I'd help you find him, but I didn't say I'd help you catch him. So she was playing both sides, like Spider-Man was playing both sides, and then she finally chose a side at the end.
Right, exactly. She chose to be with Cap.
Is Pepper still alive? Yeah, Pepper's still alive. Wasn't she?
Pepper's alive.
She was in Homecoming.
She appeared in Homecoming.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was. At the end.
Apparently, her and Tony got back together because they took a break in Civil War.
Yeah, they're together, man.
Because like that was one thing is like, you know, when Captain America or Steve Rogers got captured, he was like, oh, what does Pepper think of all this? And Tony's like, we're taking a break. And
yeah.
So I was like, oh damn. So did they like kick her out of the MCU just like Natalie Portman left? But nah, she's still there apparently because of Homecoming, which is cool. I'm glad she's still there. Like, say what you want, I think Gwyneth Paltrow did a good job as Pepper Potts.
I love Gwyneth Paltrow.
Well, I mean, she's got a little lazy eye there, but whatever.
I love me some Gwyneth. I love me some freaking GP.
Some GP?
Yeah, Gwyneth Paltrow.
Okay, well, I mean, that could be taken as many other things. Like some good poon.
Gun patrol. Some damn good poon. Yeah, damn good poon. Yeah.
Oh, dude, that sounds so nasty. Don't do that. That was like in my ears, man. I don't want to hear my cousin talking like that. Yeah. Okay, now it's getting strange.
My bad.
It's getting a little strange in here.
Who am I to judge?
Judge what? What are you talking about? Who are you to judge? Mr. Like, what's that?
Let's get back on the topic.
It's back on the topic. I actually
Yeah.
Last topic. Who's your favorite Marvel character? I think I already know it, but
like,
some other people might not.
I do have more than one favorite, but I'm saying my favorite of all time. I want people to guess in the comment section. I want to see this.
All right. Well, while people are trying to guess, my favorite Marvel character has always been Wolverine. Now I know that I've said like I prefer characters that are more humanized that I can relate to, but I just like the complexity that is Wolverine. and the X-Men in general, because like they have to deal with the whole. Basically it's racism, is what they have to deal with, and that's why I've always liked the X-Men, because they deal with real modern issues in the world. So that's why I like the X-Men.
Right.
Wolverine's just badass. That's why I like him. He's a badass character.
Badass. He's a badass bub.
And I'm glad that they brought him back. Like, in Marvel Legacy, he is back. I'm so happy about that.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that at the end of Marvel Legacy Part 1. He's holding an Infinity Stone.
Yes, and it's not like an alternate dimension or alternate universe or anything. No, it's the same continuity. He's just back, and now they're gonna explain how he's back, probably in the upcoming issues. But oh man, I'm like really glad they decided to bring him back, because killing him permanently like really pissed me off.
Yeah, exactly.
Isn't X-Men in a different universe than Avengers? Not really. Like, it's not supposed to be. So I don't know how they'll handle it once Disney, or if Disney takes over. But I would love to see the X-Men and the Avengers fight.
Yeah, the Avengers versus the X-Men. I'd love to see that.
Who do you think would win? And like, okay, so well, so let's say no, actually, X-Men's got a huge roster. What are you talking about? Avengers have the numbers.
Well, the roster changes, but they only have like a limited amount of people per roster.
No, they got teams, man. It's not that the roster changes. They got different teams. You got blue team, gold team. There's a whole bunch of different ones led by different characters. So you have like the gold team, I think, is led by Cyclops.
Seeing that the X-Men rosters and teams are trained for battles like this, rather versus the Avengers, where they're just a group of special individuals that get picked off to join, and they're not as trained, I think the X-Men has an advantage, fighting-wise.
So, okay, so if we were going to put an X-Men team to fight the Avengers, the X-Men team that I would say would probably go would be Cyclops, Jean Grey, not as Phoenix, but as Jean Grey, Storm, Wolverine, Beast. Xavier wouldn't fight. He would probably just be like the man in the chair. Not really like playing on the fact that he's a paraplegic, but you know what I mean by man in the chair, like behind the desk, behind the computer. Let's see, who else would be?
Yeah, kind of like the Overwatch kind of.
Yeah, kind of like Overwatch.
Kind of thing?
Yeah, Oracle thing, exactly. I'd like to see, dude, Deadpool. So, like, even though Deadpool's not an official X-Men team member, he does cooperate with them. He's both. Let's be honest. He's both. He plays both sides. It would be fun to see him in that movie just playing both sides. But so I'd like to see Deadpool in there. I'd like to see, as far as the X-Men roster goes, Iceman and let's say the last two I put in there is X-23 and Gambit. That's the team that I want to see. So Cyclops, Wolverine, Jean Grey, Storm, Iceman, Beast, and Gambit. Oh, and Psylocke. I want to see Psylocke. Just because I want to see that, you know, Olivia Munn again.
Oh yeah, I mean, she does have those assets. So.
As far as the Avengers to fight them, because see, now you think about it, Avengers have some really overpowered people. So the Avengers to fight them.
Wolverine was an Avenger as well.
Everybody was an Avenger at one time.
Yeah, everybody.
But so, like, you would see, of course, Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Hulk, Vision. I don't know if I'd want Hawkeye and Black Widow in there, but let's put them in there just to put them in there.
No.
You don't want them in there, so okay, let's not put them in there then.
No.
Scarlet Witch.
Doctor Strange, throw him in there, and Reed
Richards. Yep. No, I'm not gonna put Reed Richards because he's Fantastic Four.
Okay. Actually, Scarlet Witch, yeah. And also put Submariner. He's a real tough cookie.
Okay, so that would be a fun. That'd be pretty even. And
Yeah.
let's have Spider-Man and Deadpool just like hanging out playing both sides. Just
Yeah.
for fun.
Spider-Man's yeah, Spider-Man and Deadpool like the comedy bunch. Like
Yeah,
they have
'cause-
chemistry, but they
cause-
they're frenemies sometimes.
Yeah, because Spider-Man, he's interacted so much with the X-Men as well as the Avengers. Same thing with Deadpool. So,
Yeah.
like, they're both unofficial members of both teams. So I think that would be a good comedy type of deal. Like you see Iron Man trying to convince Peter to join them, and then he's like, "Yeah, but I'm really like, I'm a big fan of Hank McCoy. I don't want to hurt him."
Yeah, I can see that happening in a way.
But let's see, Falcon and War Machine. Yeah, I forgot about Falcon and War Machine. I mean, Falcon's not like a big Avenger for me. War Machine, yes. War Machine is definitely probably a staple in the
Falcon-
Avengers.
Falcon was a Captain America.
Yeah, so was Bucky.
Captain America.
So was
So
Bucky.
And I hope Bucky takes that mantle when the big CA takes the
Do you think they're gonna kill him at the end of Infinity? Not this one, but the part 2. Do you think they're gonna kill Captain America?
Yeah, I think so.
You think so? You don't think he's gonna renew his contract?
No, I don't think so. Chris Evans keeps saying like maybe or so, but I think they're gonna kill him off.
I don't know. I'd be kind of upset to see Chris Evans stop being Captain America. I've never been a big Captain America fan, but then when Chris Evans took the role, I don't know, just something about him like made me care about Captain America. Like he's just like a perfect Captain America actor for it.
His movies are great.
Oh my God, they are. Winter Soldier was a fantastic movie.
Arguably the best trilogy in the MCU.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. I would.
And Thor's trilogy is like the first trilogy where the third movie doesn't suck. It's better than the second.
No, you got Civil War.
No, I'm talking. Well, okay, yeah, Civil War is better than the second as well. But like it's just those are rare things that happen.
Yeah, it is. Well, I mean, okay, like the thing with Thor is the first movie was kind of meh. I never liked the Thor character. Like reading the comic books, nothing. I never liked Thor. So the first movie was just like meh. I didn't even want to see it in the movie theaters. The second movie came out, and the second movie was definitely better than the first one, but still not like so good for me to care about the character. And then Ragnarok came out. I was like, oh my God, I love this movie. So like each Thor movie got better.
Exactly. With Captain America, like the first movie was good, and the second one blew me away.
Yeah, Captain America is different because like all of them were good.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't have a problem with any of the Captain America movies. Same thing like once Guardians of the Galaxy 3 comes out. All the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, like I can honestly have faith that Part 3 will be a good movie.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not even worried at all for Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
I'd love to see Iron Man be thrown in the third one because Iron Man does join the Guardians a few times.
See his adventures in space.
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be fun. And Tony Stark's the kind of person.
Suit.
Yeah.
Iron Man.
Yeah, he's the type of person that he would definitely go into space.
He'd be up for the trip.
Oh yeah.
He'd do it.
You guys looking forward to Black Lightning? I don't know yet. That's one of those shows that I'm gonna hold my reservations for.
CW?
Yeah, for the CW. That's one of those shows I'm just gonna wait until it comes out to make my judgment.
A little cheesy.
I mean, the only thing I'm
Oh.
looking forward to with Black Lightning is the possibility of having Static Shock.
I'd love to see Static Shock have his own show.
Yeah, that's the only good thing I see coming, like really coming out of Black Lightning, because Black Lightning could be a mentor to Static.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think it can work out if written really well. I mean, Static was. I used to watch Static Shock when I was a kid, and I really loved that show.
Yeah, and Static joined the Justice League and everything. He became a member of the Justice League. So that's awesome, man.
Yeah, definitely. I really can't wait. Like, I hope they do make a Static Shock movie. Static Shock's TV show, excuse me. And I'd love to see a movie at one point, maybe in the future.
Yeah, I mean, as far as like TV shows crossing over into movies, like the biggest one that people want is Daredevil crossing over into the MCU. That's the biggest one people want.
That could be easily done.
It can, but I mean, they haven't said anything about it, and Charlie Cox really wants to do it. So,
and so the other people want to do it too, man.
Yeah, I mean, he could easily
done.
He could easily cross over into a Spider-Man movie.
And I'd love to see a Spider-Man versus Daredevil. Excuse me.
Yeah, and then like bring Vincent into it to play Kingpin, because Kingpin's a Spider-Man villain too. Like that could easily be done, or have Tom Holland come into the Daredevil show. Either one of those would work.
Yeah. Tom Holland's not expensive, so they can bring him into the show.
Yeah, it'd work. So
definitely.
So, anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for the podcast for tonight. We actually stretched it out like almost a half hour longer than what I initially wanted to, but that's fine because we were actually having some good conversations for tonight. Don't forget to go ahead and hop on over to News to Astonish's channel. It's down below in the description. Subscribe to him so you can participate in his Avengers Infinity. Wow, I had the hiccups. Infinity War giveaway. So which includes free tickets to go watch the Infinity War movie, as well as you said it was Thanos' Quest is what you're giving away.
You're gonna get so it'll include one Fandango $20 gift card to go see Infinity War or whatever movie you want to see. But I hope you get to go see Infinity War, of course, and one original printing of Infinity War as well.
Okay, not Thanos' Quest.
6 issues. Not Thanos Quest. No, not yet. Those are very hard to find, by the way.
Yeah. No, I imagine they're expensive as hell. All right, guys. So, yeah, I saw that. I saw your video. But so, all right, guys. There you go. That's the first ever podcast. Stay tuned next week for another podcast. Hopefully featuring another YouTuber.
Featuring.
Yes, we're gonna feature another YouTuber. I'm gonna go ahead and make that a new word. We're gonna put hashtag Feach right now. That is short for.
How would you spell Feach?
F-E-A-C-H. Feach.
Feach. Hashtag Feach.
Hashtag Feach. That's short for featuring. Oh, God, we're stupid. So don't forget about my giveaway down below in the description, as well as a giveaway for the Dragon Ball Super card game. Once again, I thank you all so much for being here tonight on the first ever podcast. We're going to do this every Wednesday we're going to try to aim for 9 p.m. Technical difficulties happen. So when shit happens, you got to go wipe it. And so yeah. So we were planning to do this at 9. We were half an hour late. Yeah, we were half an hour late because crap wasn't going so well with Discord. So anyways, crap everywhere. I will catch you all later. You guys, Ronnie, do you want to say anything else before we sign off for the night?
Well, yeah, just like you said, just please go ahead and watch my videos, like them, subscribe for more, and I will see you all in the next comic panel.
All right, cue the ending music that's not here. Peace out, guys.